squaring off.
Touch him. That's the closest you're gonna get to them. Touch him. Touch him all you want. That's the closest you're gonna get to them.
I'm gonna cook you bad. Real bad. Make sure you ready though.
I'm always ready.
Make sure you ready.
Undefeated 35.
And you not even big.
Two belts.
Make sure you ready. Make sure you ready. I'm having fun, baby. I'm having fun with this.
This is what I do. This is what I do.
Already second fight.
Them things come back home with me.
Touch him one more time. Last time you're gonna touch him. Last time you're gonna touch him.
You gonna do it? I'm gonna do nothing. I ain't gonna do nothing. I'm gonna do nothing. Yeah. What's up? Yeah. He don't want them joints. Yeah. Like I said, he a solid fighter, good fighter, but it's levels, and I'm really gonna show him why I'm the best in the world.
Right, and as far as weight, he was talking about moving up to 54, and that being a big difference.
Yeah.
And you were talking about sparring bigger guys, man. You putting them out.
Bro, I box bigger guys. I fight bigger guys. Every time I box somebody bigger, I put him out. He's not even. He's talking about he bigger or whatever. He's not even big. He got on like little hill platform shoes. Like we're the same height, bro. Like.
The formal confrontation between Jaron Ennis and Xander Zayas was fierce.
I'm smiling. I'm happy. I'm happy.
That ticker.
Come on. I'm happy. I'm happy.
You happy?
Yeah,
Is you ready though?
I'm always ready.
Is you ready?
I'm always ready. I've been ready my whole life. I've been ready my whole life. Been with my whole life.
That's cool. These babies come home with me.
Yeah. Touch him. Touch him.
June 27th, they come home with me.
That's the closest you can get to.
They come home with me.
That's the closest you can get to.
I guarantee that. I guarantee that.
I promise.
You better not make no mistakes. I guarantee that.
I'm perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
What had begun as a calm stare-down soon became heated, with emotions erupting, until both teams hurried in to break up the fighting before things got worse.
You better not make no mistakes. I guarantee you better not make no mistakes.
I'm gonna show you.
Cause I ain't gonna miss. I ain't gonna miss.
You're small, man.
You're small.
Yeah.
You small.
Small.
You're a baby. And I'm gonna show you.
Alright.
And when I touch you, I know you're going down when I touch you for sure.
Alright. You small.
I guarantee you.
Yeah.
I guarantee you.
I like
guarantee
it.
you.
I like it.
I'm not playing.
Alright. I'm not playing. Oh, I'm supposed to be scared.
I'm not playing. Yeah. He a baby, bro. He a baby. I ain't worried about him. No. He cool, yeah. He know better. He alright.
Hold that stare long enough. Something like that is bound to happen.
A truly confident boxer would accept a 5,545 split in favor of the victor, according to Ennis, who accuses Xander of lacking confidence at the press conference.
I'm gonna show you why I'm gonna take them belts. The belts come back home to Philadelphia.
At the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to. And I want to see it.
I'm taking them belts.
And
they come back
what
to
it
Philadelphia
is.
straight like that.
Hey, you're supposed to think that way.
Ain't no think I know.
You're supposed to think that way.
Ain't no think
Everybody
I know.
has to think that way.
Ain't no think I know.
All right. 23 have tried.
So yeah. I'm not them boys you fought. All right.
I'm not them boys you fought either.
If I would have fought them same two guys that you fought, they would have been bashing the mess out of me, bro. It's levels, bro.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you, it's levels.
All right.
And you're gonna see for yourself. And I'm gonna make you feel everything. And I want you to keep that same energy.
I will always keep the same.
Following the intense bout, Jaron labeled himself the cash cow at 154. Ignoring Zayas' heavyweight fights and maintaining that he is still the greatest and most dominant fighter in the category.
At the championship level, weight really makes a difference, or it comes down to boxing IQ?
No, the championship level coming down to boxing IQ and who really that, and I'm gonna show. Like I said, on Fight Night, I'm gonna show I'm really that.
Did you find it amusing? I think I read it, but I think he was saying that you was too small. Like, did you find it?
He tried to say I was little, bro. He's the same height, bro. Like. He gonna find out. I'm gonna show him. He ain't really too much to say.
Would love to know. Do you consider him besides yourself? Do you think he's the best guy at 154? Just using the eye test at least.
Eye test. I feel like he a solid fighter.
After the heated exchange, Xander Zayas was self-assured and highlighted his strength, power, and boxing IQ. He also promised to succeed at 154 pounds, demonstrating his faith in his own abilities.
At 154, you got to make a little bit of weight. I'm growing, I'm getting better, I'm getting bigger. We keep controlling it. I have a great nutritionist team that work with me. The ones that work with Terrence Crawford, Shakur Stevenson, so they know what they're doing. And I believe in them throughout my whole career.
So there's no concern with you making
No, never. There's never been no concerns.
Xander, what you see about his style? What do you see about his style?
Man, there's a lot of things that I can take advantage of. I got the speed, I got the power, I got the technique, I got the length, I got the strength, I got the IQ. There's a lot of things I can take into consideration when it comes to breaking down his style.
But he also mentions that you get hit a lot.
The same way he does.
What do you do to avoid that?
The same way he does.
Right.
Try to move my head the same way he tried to move his head.
Keep your head on the swivel.
5 Greg Hackett noted that Boots Ennis was able to get under Zayas' skin during the face-off, emphasizing psychological advantages that might be just as important as physical prowess in the event of a fight.
Xander stood tall, looking for a good one.
Did that just sell the fight, G? Because at first it was, of course they had these little back and forth with memes and tweets, but this was like first time, like face to face.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yes and no. I'm gonna say no because it's already a good fight. People was already interested, but that put the icing on the cake, to be honest. So yeah, that sold it. So that's why I say yes and it was a good joint.
What'd you make of the face off and the back and forth?
The energy went up because Xander and Boots don't really run across each other a whole lot. I mean, not that I know of. So I took it like that was the first time they seen each other in a while. You know what I mean? Since negotiations started or whatever. And I mean, and you know, Xander tried to throw out there that, you know, he told Boots actually a sparring partner about me basically, which we found out that we don't really know if that's even true. But saying that he boxed with Murray Jones, I don't know. I think that was Xander's way of turning up, which it wasn't bad. I ain't mad at it, but I think tension, once they did the face-off, that's when the real tension started. And I think Boots got under his skin, the fact that Boots ain't take his eyes off him. You know what I mean? So it really turned up. Then, you know, he kept touching the belts.
Leo Ruiz emphasized that Xander is not a pushover, but acknowledged that Boots might win, pointing out that Ennis has a lot of expertise and stability in the division due to his lengthy tenure at 154.
See Xander's strengths. What do you see weaknesses on both fighters? How do you see Xander versus Boots going?
If I'm going to be honest, I feel like it's a 50-50 fight. You know, Zayas is a you know, he's been at 154 for a way longer time, and Boots is coming up. But of course, you know, skills pay the bills. I feel like Boots could edge it off in a close fight, but who knows? You know, Xander could pull off the upset, even though he's a champion. But I think Boots is the more skillful fighter in a way. But Xander is no pushover, and he's a champion for a reason, and it could go either way. You know. But I feel like Boots could slightly take the edge on that one. Yeah, could has more tools in the bag. You know, I feel like he's really good going forward or back where he could box. He's a southpaw. He could turn orthodox, whatever. You know, I feel like he could adapt. And Xander's a good boxer. You know, he could box and stay on the outside and just win. Just, you know, using his jab and being really good on the outside. So it's kind of hard to see. You know. To pick a definite fighter to win, but I think Boots will for sure, you know, take the...
Boots' brother Derek Ennis continues to mentor him in the gym, emphasizing preparation and discipline, making sure Ennis stays focused and prepared for difficulties at 154.
Yo, come on, that was it. You see? Look, yo, man, if you don't yaka, everybody else gonna be crazy. The hands still here. You can go slam, dancing up here. Two of them though, you gotta yaka. Then the hook behind it too, look. Catch it, come on,
Tim Bradley analyzes the styles of Boots and Xander Zayas in preparation for the fight. He observes that after being angered, Boots returns stronger when you hit him. However, Xander Zayas responds in a different way. He recognizes when he's been hit and adjusts, using a calculated, astute strategy instead of acting violently right away. Bradley notes that Xander's ability to absorb shots, react forcefully, and remain composed can be helpful during interactions. Bradley brings up Boots' brutal combos when he increases the intensity after watching earlier battles.
With Xander Zayas and Boots, it's like you piss Boots off when you hit him. You piss him off. Boots get the hell off when you hit him. Xander Zayas, he'll be like, okay, you got me. All right, he'll bring some hot shit too, but he more smart about. Boots get pissed off, and he get that get back. Period. He don't give a damn. He get that, and he come back even stronger. Boots, I'm starting to recognize Boots started he'll give you the green light to go ahead and touch him. Like, all right, go ahead. You know, whether it's a flaw, whether it's a mistake, he like, okay, cool. Oh, okay, all right. Now, I took your shit out. Now take my heat. You know, because I was watching him against Stanionis, and Stanionis got off. He got off a little bit. I was like, oh, okay, look at Stanionis getting off a little.
Both combatants are comparable in spite of this, particularly when it comes to their jabs. They both like to set the pace. While Xander Zayas frequently retreats straight back, Boots tends to travel more laterally from east to west, making him susceptible to follow-up attacks. Bradley cautions that Boots will take advantage of this tendency by putting pressure on Xander and putting his defense to the test. Both fighters enjoy counters with Xander, searching for gaps between strikes and using their right hands and body hooks to burrow downstairs. Bradley highlights that although their methods are comparable, Boots performs better because of his greater athleticism. He has an advantage in speed and movement because he is sharper, faster, and more physically talented. In the end, it is anticipated that the bout would be a tactical struggle of jabs and counters, with Boots' physical advantage presenting Xander Zayas with a formidable obstacle.
Boots, when Boots turned that shit up, ooh, man, vicious. Vicious with them combinations. No damn joke, man. For real. And both these guys, they not real good inside fighters. It's funny because both of them are similar. I told you guys they similar in a way because both of them like to be first. Boots like to be first off his jab. It's going to be a jab battle, back and forth. Jab battle. Who got a better jab? I'm telling you. Jab battle. I feel like both of them got good, decent feet. They do. You know, Boots move more laterally. You know, not north to south. He can move north to south, but he move more, you know, east and west. East and west. You got Xander Zayas. He kind of moves, you know, he can move east and west and stuff. He moves back. That's his problem. That's your problem.
Greg Hackett emphasizes strategy and respect in his discussion of the impending confrontation between Xander, Zayas, and Ennis. He observes that Ennis recognizes Xander for taking the fight and leading the fighter lifestyle, even though there is only surface-level respect. Respect vanishes as soon as they enter the ring. Hackett emphasizes that every fighter must do whatever it takes to prevail in the arena. He examines whether Xander can outbox Ennis and thinks back on previous conversations about him, particularly his head movement and defensive inclinations. Xander needs to employ his entire arsenal, according to Hackett. While adjusting and using all of his skills could make the fight impressive, a limited, rigid strategy could expose him. The results will be determined by preparation, adaptability, and execution. Additionally, Hackett emphasizes Xander Zayas' robustness and expresses confidence in its ability to endure. But he emphasizes that strategy and physical fitness are insufficient. Mental toughness is essential.
I mean, the truth is no respect, but it is. The respect is, I appreciate you for taking the fight. I respect that you're a fighter. I respect that you live a fighter's lifestyle. But once we get in the ring, there is no respect. I got to do this to you.
Okay. Right. You know, they talked about the holes in the beginning of the game when they were referring to Jaron Ennis, him and his manager.
Yeah.
You know, then he talks about how big of his head is, you know, talking about moving his head and whatnot. Do you feel like in this fight, you know, Xander has an opportunity to outbox Jaron Ennis?
I think he has to use his entire arsenal. Whatever is in his entire arsenal, he'll have to pull it out. If he's ready to do that, then he can make this a great fight. But if he go in there with a game plan where he's looking for something specific and it never happens, then you see the kid get drowned.
Even with the best training, everything can swiftly fall apart if a fighter's body and mind are unable to communicate under duress. In the end, Hackett believes Xander can make the fight competitive as long as he stays focused, adjusts to obstacles, and exhibits mental toughness. He believes that psychological fortitude will be just as important in the fight as physical prowess. Even against a skilled opponent like Ennis, Xander Zayas' ability to maintain composure, modify strategies, and use his entire arsenal might make this a remarkable performance.
Do you feel like now, seeing these guys face to face, I know you was talking about, Xander's durability probably will hold in this fight. Do you still feel that way? And how do you feel like the fight will play out?
I feel like Xander has what it takes to make this a great fight. The thing is, this is what people they never think about when they think about fights. You can be in the best shape of your life, right? And you can have the best game plan. But if your brain at that point can't connect with your body, then all hell breaks loose.
Yeah.
So
it has to respond.
Yeah. So if mentally he starts to fade, then it gets bad. So the major thing for Xander for this fight is going to be the mental toughness, his mental strength. He's going to have to be able to keep his head the entire fight. He can't have those little laps where you're trying to figure out, all right, what should I do next, or what could I?
Chris Maness emphasizes how Xander Zayas has planned his upcoming battle in an exceptionally proactive manner. Zayas has been outspoken and tenacious, making it obvious to everyone connected in his career that he wants Jaron Ennis across the ring, in contrast to many fighters who rely on promoters and handlers to dictate their route. Maness makes it clear that this is not a lighthearted request. Zayas has consistently told his manager and promoter that he wants to fight Ennis, and that he is prepared to take on the difficulties this bout will present.
Zayas is the guy that deserves the most credit for this fight being at the stage that it's at. So the question I have is why? Why do you think that Zayas is pushing so hard to get this fight over the finish line?
Well, I'm going to put it in terms that you can understand because,
Is there really a need to just go backhanded?
No. This is actually a compliment.
Is there really a need?
This is actually a compliment. Why did you want to attend one of the best colleges in the world?
Good education.
Great education, yes. Correct? All right, so can education feed your...
This degree of resolve demonstrates a warrior who is prepared to abandon the typical passive role and take charge of his professional path. Maness notes that Zayas is pursuing more than just a battle for attention. Ennis, in his opinion, is a major obstacle that could determine the course of his career. Zayas shows the boxing community that he is prepared to compete at a higher level by aggressively pursuing this matchup. He is serious, strategic, and ready to argue for opportunities rather than wait for them to present themselves, as demonstrated by the conversations he has with several influential members of his camp. This move portrays Zayas as a fighter with vision rather than merely skill.
Puts you in the position for a great job to make great money.
Experience.
A great education, Mannix.
I mean, they're sort of the same thing, right? Experience.
No. Experience is costs way more blood than education.
Experience, I'd argue, not to get too deep in the weeds, experience is way more important for job search than education.
Nowadays, but
20
years ago when you were wearing glasses and a geek, you would think that college education is the end of all. It's not. It's an admirable thing, but anything worth knowing cannot be taught. That's Oscar Wilde, by the way. So yeah, it's great to have that Boston College.
Many were taken aback when Xander Zayas seemed unexpectedly larger than Boots during the face-off. Although it wasn't a huge shock, it was enough to make you look twice. From specific perspectives, Boots may look taller. However, Xander appeared to occupy the frame a bit more in the majority of the pictures. However, it makes logic. Boots is still getting used to this weight range. Moving up alters the equation, despite the fact that he is a naturally large welterweight. There will be more formidable opponents. And that's what makes this confrontation so fascinating. Despite the huge surprise, forecasts continue to favor Boots. He has an advantage due to his speed, athleticism, and experience. This bout is anticipated to be competitive and a test for both men, even if Xander Zayas brings vigor and tenacity. Xander is fascinating to watch because of his youth and untapped potential, but Boots has a more impressive resume. He fights more fiercely.
Boots
and Xander, great fight. Now, the two actually did the face-off and everything, and surprisingly, Xander Zayas looked bigger than Jaron Ennis. So I wasn't expecting that. Now, it wasn't by a crazy, shocking margin, you know, because you got like some photos like this, it almost looked like Boots is taller, but I'll pull up some more photos for you guys to see. To me, it looked like Xander was a bit bigger. And it can't be too shocking given the fact that this is Boots just getting to this weight class, right? So even though he was a very big welterweight, in my opinion, this is what happens. You could be as big as you want to in them little weights and the lighter weight classes, but when you move up in weight, it's a
Xander was carefully shaped from an early age, signed at the age of 15 or 16, and developed in the top rank system. Even though that increases his competence, there are still concerns about how he might respond to a significant, high-stakes fight. Nevertheless, Xander's mindset is noteworthy. He doesn't back down from a challenge and is excited for big situations. He may even bring the fight closer than anticipated because he is prepared to push to test Boots. Overall, though, Boots seems intelligent, well-prepared, and set to rule at 54. A fighter like Fondora might be the one to upset him at this weight. Boots is still the favorite, though, for the time being. As Xander Zayas continues to develop in stature, talent, and confidence, the battle is expected to be fierce, dynamic, and a true measuring stick for him.
This is a good fight. It's going to be a telling fight for both people. And we live in sensitive times, right? Where if you pick guy A, then fans think you hate guy B, right? I don't play these little games. If I thought Xander Zayas was going to beat Boots, I would tell you that. But I don't think that. However, that being said, I think he can do a really good job. I think he could push Boots, maybe even give Boots his toughest fight. And I wouldn't be shocked if he is able to, you know, do better than people expected. But if you're asking my opinion, I would favor Boots. And nothing is really